Make a quick video here on my birthday here. Sorry about the shakiness. Try to get some good clips. Just got a nice rain. July 11th, 2016. Shout out to Mama J. I love you, Mama. Always making the garden of everlasting beauty even more beautiful every day. Mother-in-law tongue, they call these right here. Actually, they started to bloom this year, and I think something happened to the bloom, so they don't bloom very often. And I've been pruning this star fruit here. Starting to have some nice little offshoots. Got another little one here. Little baby. I'm gonna probably have to move some of these crotons away from the wall. We're trying to get little things away from the wall. Anything. I'm gonna do some painting here. It's just a nice day. Might see some dragonflies out here. You never know what you're gonna see out here right this time of hour. Definitely gonna be you might see some parrots. These are basket plant. And they get real green and they hold a lot of water. Sound like a locust. Got these elderberries. I kind of pruned it up a little bit. I've been trying to keep it somewhat short. And because these trees can get out of pretty big, I want to keep it short and stocky. Keep on that way I can have as many different varieties as possible. To a small area, everything kind of cohabitates. Been shaping this thing. I chopped this guy up pretty bad the other day. That's her. But he's still making a nice home for Mr. Grasshopper, man. Yeah, that's good. How you doing, Mr. Grasshopper, man? That sound like a parrot over there. Where is it? We got ibis over there. They don't really make too much noise. Those parrots are noisy. I'll show you here. Got a couple of lemons. I need to move this plant. This thing is growing these little morning glories are growing like crazy everywhere, and I've been pulling them off, and it's just growing even faster every day. Right now, it's really making a comeback. These oh, we got us a nice dragonfly there. Let's see if you can zoom in on this guy. I don't think it was already zoomed in and I messed it up. Say hi to YouTube, man. You're on YouTube. You're famous. How does it feel to be famous now? You will forever be etched in time. I hope these things really, when you look at them up close, you can't really see it right now, but they really have some sparkly iridescent colors. Can't really explain, but this is my arch. I wanted to get a video of them. Let's see if I can. I got this tripod in my hand right now. I'm trying to hold it steady and see if we can get some sunlight. Later on, that sunlight will come in there. You can see there's a wasp nest inside. I got it all tied down to this. I picked it up on the side of the road. Used it for a while as a shelf. This was 2 pieces for the one side, 2 pieces for the other side. Galvanized steel. So it'll hold up to it's down in the ground pretty deep, and should hold up pretty good for a good little while. Let's just see, we got some. This is another native plant. It almost looked like one of the weeds that grows. These things get tall. These things get huge. I'll just let it get a little bit bigger. It's kind of I don't want them taking too much sun from over this way though, but I'm gonna keep this area, keep everything circulating. Let's see, we got our Touch of Mama J class right there. And look at this poor starfruit tree. Got a haircut the other day, and I got gave him the buzz cut. He's got some, but he's already coming back because we got rain. I would never have done this if it wasn't, about to start raining, and so this rainy season, everything's growing really fast. These leaves are really healthy. That's good. We got a nice blue dragonfly over that way. We got some, let's see. I had a grasshopper over here on the basil the other day. He was trying to eat my purple basil that my bunny sent me. That's my beautiful love. I met the love of my life this year, and we're gonna get our farm. And she sent me these lovely purple basil that they eat regularly, and this is a mango. I gave him a haircut the other day too, and he was really making a comeback. And I might have well, no, they did grow a little bit slower, but I really wanted to have this area get oxygen, so I knocked off the suckers that were coming off of here, and it is starting to, no, I don't see too much. It's still going straight up a little bit. That's okay, it'll stay stocky. And this one will have a couple of branches coming out this way. I want to keep it short and stocky basically, but I might have could have left. I think I got a little overly aggressive maybe. I was thinking maybe I should have left. See, I basically pulled off these branches here, 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 and one here, and they push them down, help them heal down a little bit. Because mango trees succumb to disease. That's another reason I took these off, because they're just a little too low. I got this wall here now, and I'm trying to build this bed up. It's going to be a lot of rich. I just put these chopped down, made a mistake of cutting the flower off of my banana tree, and the banana tree here died, and so I buried him over there by the mango, and he's going to help out that mango during the dry season. And in the offspring right here, I have we got some good showing promise right there. And then this is another offspring that I cut down once, and plan on just returning this back to the soil too, because they're sharing the same taproot as or I'm not sure if it's a taproot, but root ball. It's sharing the same root as this banana here. This is a Guinea banana. It's kind of like a plantain, but yeah, it tastes really good. I use them in my smoothies. They get ripe when they're pretty much black. So I usually, and if you put them away a little bit unripe, just a little bit, they will ripen in the freezer. I've noticed, because our freezer changes temperature a lot, and every time we open it, it gets a little warm, and then we use it, and every time we use it during the day, it actually gets pretty warm in there. We don't have the best freezer, but it's good for ripening bananas, because it likes to get the temperature changes. I think help it ripen. We got one more pineapple in here. We got just one little pineapple there, and I thought this one was gonna bloom, but not yet. And got a lot of good nutrients right here. I've been doing a lot of chop and drop, building this area, starting to build this area up. I'm gonna probably run this over maybe again, but I've just been busy, and I just tried to cover up what I chopped. It's not totally this is a kind of a processing area right now, but this garden is getting really rich soil from the chopping and dropping, and the cactus juice that I make with the rainwater. And I mean, these Mexican petunias are doing really well. Weeds are doing well as well. And we got some crepe myrtle. Get some of this crepe myrtle here. trees starting to get big. That palm tree, I love that color over there. If you can see that color. These palm trees are pretty cool. I like them. Yeah, I've been learning how to do things with the lumber and or the raw material, I should say. And let's see if there's anything. Yeah, I mean, I've shaped up this. I've been tipping, just doing a lot of tipping on this Suriname cherry. Yeah, and it's just chicory. Yeah, the other one I couldn't think of right off the bat. Chicory, and this thing should be having some blue flowers pretty soon, but it's it's a little bit being a little bit. I was holding back on the flowers so far. I saw this one over here was blooming for a short while. Actually, not this one. It was one that fell over, and knocked it over with the water hose when I went around the corner. Cause I do water every once in a while. I don't do a lot of watering. This garden doesn't require really too much watering, but there are some. I did have some ground cover that I was trying to get established down here. Some dichondra, and there are little colonies of it that had survived because we had some pretty dry. We get dry spells right now. This is this is why it's why right now this is why Bradenton is semi-tropical. It's considered semi-tropical right here. So you hear thunder right now. It's could possibly rain any second. You never know that it get dark on you. Feel a breeze come in, and there you go. You're in the rain, thunderstorm. The Suriname cherry has been a home. Here's a home for this crick. Another one of these eastern lubber grasshoppers, and birds eat these things. I actually think I saw a snake, a black racer, go after one. I know I saw the black racer, but I don't know if he went after one of those or if it was a lizard. But whatever it was, it hopped right off. It was perched up on about a foot off the ground, and the snake tried to jump, tried to climb up the pelican. It was sitting on this head of this pelican that we have, a wooden pelican in the ground, and something was just posting. I think could have been a lizard, and yeah. So you see things out here. Saw a hawk out here. There was a gray falcon that was on this post, and we've had lots of different kinds of mockingbirds. We've had cardinals. I think I saw a bird on this arch. I know I've seen lizards on it. I think I might have seen a butterfly on it. I saw butterflies fly right through it. Seen birds fly actually through it. I was standing right here yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I don't know. Every day kind of blends into the next. But I was standing right here, closing my eyes, kind of letting the sun doing my sun and trying to get my retina's all good in my eyes, trying to get my eyes healthy and stuff, focusing on my healing and everything like that. But right before I could do any of it, the two birds must have flown right. I was turning my head, and right as I turned my head, they darted past me. I could feel the wind of their wings on my eyelashes when they flew right by me and went through there, straight through at this eye level, right past me, and into those bushes over there, or maybe over, yeah, because they're feeding. They got some bird feeders over there, and also they're living in the trees and the bushes over here. I think making a home. I know we had some mourning doves making a home inside our ceiling fan light, which is not really an outdoor light, but it's not really an outdoor ceiling fan, but it does get protection from the rain. So, but let's see, this fig right here, this is probably one of the biggest ones that we planted. It's kind of a scary tree because it gets so big. I saw one that was just so huge, and the roots do extend pretty far out and get real tough. And I'm always pulling these roots up and trimming this thing back. So it's a little intimidating. But I noticed that if it's not too hard to, as long as you know how to handle it, Now Mama J just got me that new machete. It's gonna be real easy because I got it. It's got a saw on it, and I couldn't believe it. My mom bought me a machete. Usually she's so afraid I'm gonna cut myself, but this thing, we've been bumping our heads on this thing. This thing's gonna have nails sticking out of it. I gotta take this thing down. I'm gonna cut that thing down. This thing is kind of cool, but it's hard to reach. We'll do some redecorating out here pretty soon, but I think I'm gonna take that machete and I'm gonna cut it right here. Right here, just straight cut right here. And then we'll leave this one, but I'll cut it way back to, no, I won't. I'll trim back the leaves and I'll make it kind of like a perch, like I did right here for birds, so the birds can fly through there and make a nice home. Oh, and this is a root that I actually pulled from this plant, and this can be used to hang things from. It's very strong, and this is from this plant, so it doesn't harm the bark really too much, unlike any other thing you would use to hang something with. So I was thinking, on a bigger scale, that could be used for treehouse or something, using that kind of method. If you had some big roots, you always want to work with them when they're fresh, pretty much, I think. But if you cut back these things, like when I cut it here, I'll have a big, huge thing to deal with. I just drag it over here to my processing area, as they would say in Canada, over here. And if you're watching this video, please say where you're from, and rate, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to ask me any questions. And we got these pineapple plants that didn't produce yet. I need to actually put some fruit in there, like an apple core or some juice, and that'll attract a pollinator. These bad boys are doing healthy. They just need pollination. And I'm kind of waiting to pollinate them. I think that's why I didn't put any fruit in there yet, is because this is all new right now. This hasn't really had time to settle yet, so it's all settling down. It looks like it's been here, a good while now. That's because it's settled down a little bit. These basket plants covered up a lot. These things, I pulled this from somewhere else, and it's made it come back because it's got protection, and because I did throw some soil on top, and so this stuff will break down to a low bed eventually, and it'll be dark, rich, improved soil, and you'll never know what kind of seed. Like, this is chia seed, and it has a nice flower and attract pollinators. I didn't really eat the seeds, but I didn't really eat it or do anything with it, but I mean, it's all about biodiversity these days. It's all about having that root in the ground, having that root in the ground and attracting them, the earthworms to come work for you. You know, you feed them. If you feed them, they will come. You know, I put a lot of heart and soul into this garden. So, and this is the original Suriname cherry that I actually got that one from the cutting. That one's a cutting of this one, if you can believe it. Um, this one is starting to succumb. It looks like almost succumb to like we got this moss or air kind of stuff that kind of will kill it eventually, the tree. But over there we got more airflow. It's not, and it doesn't have any competition. Like this moringa is out competing this Suriname cherry right now for sun. Because these things are meant to deal with a lot of sun. These Suriname cherries, they can handle all the sun you can throw at it. As long as it's, well, they do like some shade. I will say they do like some shade. But they can handle the full sun. They like full sun. And I've been tipping it. This one looks like I should have tipped it maybe right back here, because I don't really want to encourage a whole bunch of, I mean, if I have fruit here, I don't know, maybe I don't really think it's going to put out that much fruit. So basically I have been planting these things everywhere. I have them everywhere now. Cuttings. Anybody wants a cutting, come and get it. These things grow from cuttings. Like right here, you could cut it right here. Trim off these leaves here. Like right here on my hands, just pull them off. And then you'd have these 3 stems coming out. You stick it in the ground or stick it in a pot, preferably the ground, or a shady area, you know, place that's kind of protected a little bit. It doesn't really dry it out too much. Maybe have some pots around it, keep it so that the ground doesn't get real hot. So that the ground, if you put it in the ground, you know, put some pots around there. And maybe throw a little mulch down, you know, if you have some mulch, you know, preferably, you know, something, you don't want it to dry out. Whatever you do, as long as it doesn't dry out when it's getting started, it should start up fine. And like I said, they like the full sun. The more sun you throw at it, the quicker it'll go to bloom. But they also get fat and juicy when they get rain. So I had some at first. The first year that I had fruit, I was a little disappointed. I was thinking, you know, that it wasn't going to be like a popular edible variety, and I heard that it was like invasive and all this bad stuff. And then this year I had some really yummy, you know, Suriname cherries on this tree. You know, and it was like Christmas. It was like right after the cold, we had some sun, and this one was like Christmas. I didn't even really. I got a few videos of it, but not enough. It was just I should have come out here and just got a lot more videos of it, because it was just really a sight to behold, and it's really taken off, you know. And I actually trimmed it up the other day, and pretty proud of how it's looking right now. It's just, this is kind of like my baby right here. Like this one little yellow leaf, how fat it is. Maybe showing a little distress, but it's just really, I mean, it just seems like it's thriving right now. Got this little sucker right here. And sometimes I can just pull them off, you know, like the little tips. You know, the more you want to kind of like find these some of these when they're it's best to do the tipping when it's real fresh right here. You just kind of, the light green parts just pull right off, and that way it lets more breeze through. You'll know you're doing it right because you'll get a breeze coming through here saying thank you, you let me through. So there's usually always a breeze coming through here. We got that water right there, and it cools everything down. Doesn't seem like it's gonna rain though. do my forest bathing out here. They say it's good for the stress, keep the stress low. The more green, that green is good for your eyes. And the sun is good for your eyes. And this one, the Suriname cherry, is another cutting. And I've shaped it into a nice little pretty little kind of like ball almost. It's gonna be real tight right in here, and who knows, you know, might produce something. And this is kind of an interesting little bug here. Let's see if we can zoom in on this guy and see what is really going down with this dude.